All right, so Denisia, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's what's
really
up.
Great.
That's what's up. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? We got a relationship that goes back, you know what I'm saying, to kind of like
Back
at the
into
beginning of your
time.
career.
Yes.
Happy to finally get you on camera, ask a few questions,
Let's go. Ask me.
So I want to ask you this, right? You know, when I was checking your page today, and you see you got the blue certified check on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You got the writing credentials.
Facts.
You done so many music festivals here in the city and traveled all over. We was talking about how Chris Brown gave you that jacket.
Facts.
Do you consider yourself a celebrity, a local celebrity, or not at all?
I consider myself Denisia.
Okay, just Denisia.
I'm Denisia. Like, celebrity and all that means like when you're being praised, basically. I'm not looking for that. Like, I believe in God. I was raised on that. Now, when people get to know who I am, because, I mean, that's the ultimate goal for, like, an artist to be known, I don't like to really use that word. And I think sometimes the local thing is a little tough, too, because it's like, well, we don't want to be that. Like, you know, like, y'all know me, I'm from here. But we're moving around, we're doing different things.
Inspiring to do more,
yeah. Like, so, and I think when people say sometimes, like, oh, local celebrity, it's kind of like, you know, I think it hits our heart like a little bit. We don't take it that seriously because we want more. But I'm Denisia, so.
Right.
People know me, so I ain't gonna act like.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And stay on that subject. Speaking of people knowing you, and like you said, we just breaking down some of the things you've done and how you continue to grow in your career.
Definitely.
So far at this moment, sitting here, what would you feel like is the biggest accomplishment you've done so far?
For me, I don't know. I would really have to see what my biggest would be, but I think the biggest thing that makes me feel great about my journey, I wrote down like a list of things that I wanted to do, like in 2017, and it was like my vision board, like about festivals, whether it be opening for certain people or whatever. And I prayed over it, and all of them came to pass. So I feel like that's like my biggest like accomplishment, because I said I'm gonna do, you know, stuff with like the Saints. I'm gonna do stuff like with Essence and Jazz Fest and Zulu Ball, things like that. And everything I wrote down, it came to pass. So for me, I think that's like my biggest accomplishment. Like me actually putting in the work to write down things, believe in them, and then watching them come to pass. So I think that's my biggest one.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, you know, I was. You all on the internet for different things, music videos, other interviews, things like that. And one thing that's always said about you is like she represents New Orleans. She is New Orleans, right? And you seem to take a lot of pride in that, being from New Orleans. I want you to speak a little bit about how do you feel about the support that you get from your hometown?
Support from home, I guess, because we are tough. We're a tough city, like regardless. Like whether you're a celebrity or you're not, I feel like we are a tough city. We're going to judge you, pick you apart to make you your best too. So for me, support is different because like when I do like my bounce stuff, people support that. When I do my R&B stuff, not those same people support that, but other people support it. I guess, if we all came together a little bit more and supported each other, we really wouldn't worry about like separate versions of support. So I think that's like the biggest thing for me. I feel like we lack a support of a bunch of people that are actually chasing after that same goal to actually come together and push each other. So I get it's not just about me. So I can't say, oh, my city don't support me, because I mean, I support me. So the people that get it, gonna get it, and who don't, whatever. My problem with supporting my city is that we don't support each other and push. That's it. Doesn't matter if you just like me. I'm just saying as a group, like I should be collabing with you. Like I'm here with you, like collabing with you. Like I think if we all did that more, it's like New Orleans would be impeccable, like unstoppable.
I definitely agree with that, and I want to stay on this subject as far as you just brought up the bounce.
Yeah.
And you know, one of your largest tracks on YouTube and everything was the Adele remake with the bounce track.
Yeah.
I want to ask you though, before that came out, was there ever a conversation within yourself, like, because you're very versatile, you could do all types of form of singing and music.
Yeah.
Was there ever a conversation you had with yourself, like maybe scared to do bounce?
Yes.
Because you didn't want to feel like people limiting me, boxing me in?
Yes.
Speak on that a little bit.
I was actually nervous because a lot of people asked me to do it like so long ago, but like I came from like church, and because my mom was like a minister, so I came from church. And then I couldn't even listen to bounce music until I was like 14, 15. And then when I heard it, I fell in love with DJ Jubilee, first song, Get Ready and all that. That was like my little hit.
Right.
And I think after that, I'm just like, but then I started to listen to it. It was like, it was vulgar, but it was amazing. Like the beats make you want to lose it, but it was like so, and I'm like, I'm not that girl. And even if I wanted to be that girl, my mama would probably kill me. So I'm just like, I don't really want to see people, I don't know, I really wasn't prepared for it. But then I think when I got older, I started to be able to experience stuff on my own. I'm like, I know people might try to box me in, but I'm from New Orleans. So if I change my own perspective, I could change my life. So I'm not gonna think about it like they're gonna box me in. You know, I'm thinking about it like I'm from New Orleans. So sometimes you're good about songs, sometimes you won't, you know. So that's how, but I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was scared.
Well, I appreciate you being truthful. Cause from the outside looking in for me, I was a little worried for you. I was like, I don't want her to just be, you know, because I know your talent.
It has been a struggle, you know. Like, honestly, when the song got bounced out, I didn't know it was even getting bounced out. I recorded the song normal, and I went back to Atlanta. I was living out there. And then, like, Big Chew and DJ Blazer, like, they did that. And then when I heard it, I didn't even think it was me for the first time. I was like, well, who the hell is that? And he was like, that's you. And I'm like, wow. It felt good, and to me, it didn't sound like bounce. To me, it felt like a pop version of bounce, if anything. So I didn't feel like terrified anymore. I was like, this is my sound. It sounds great. It feels great. And the hardships of that is not really outside of my city. The hardship sometimes is in my city because certain festivals, still to this day, I'd be like, oh, we don't want bounce. And I'm like, but y'all know I do other things. Like, you've seen me, you've heard me sing live. Like, you know, some of these people that's over a lot of these things. And so I'm glad that I'm strong and I've been through a lot of stuff to mentally still push. But that's, I guess, like the thing I was really scared about, doing bounce and then being put in a box by people that I need to believe that I'm more. Not so much being put in a box by just consumers. Like certain like festivals that I really want to do, it's like, oh, we don't want bounce. And I'm like, but I'm so much more. But then that was on me because I felt like I started putting out bounce this. And every time you saw me,
had like a Christmas song.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking that I'm doing the right thing because I still feel like, you know, timing is everything. And my heart felt like putting out bounce records and that's what I did. But I don't know, I felt like I can't really fault a lot of people because I think I started to box myself in too because I became scared to release R&B or things like a jazz record. And so I was like, okay, my city, they rocking with the bounce, they rocking with the morning beat. I'm gonna just kind of like live here. But in the inside, I'm like sad because I'm like, I can really sing circles around a lot of people and I just be right here.
I appreciate that. That's just real truth, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people might dance around that question, but you answered that, you know. You were speaking about, you know, like collabing with different people in the city, and while we're on the subject of the bounce, I just have to ask for people who might be curious. At one point, you was doing a lot of those tracks was with Big Chew, and then it kind of transformed into you doing more with Hot Sizzle the Voice. Yeah. Like, was there something that, like, was the reason why it changed, or just timing, a different vibe, or
timing, different vibe, and it was just timing. Like, we did what we were supposed to do, like. Me and Chew and Blazer, we made a classic. I still hear it like every day. That's why I'm so excited about Mardi Gras time. They play it like on every floor. So we did what we were supposed to do. And then it was time for us to, you know, to grow. And that's what we did.
I respect that. Speaking of growing, is it true that you've decided to move to another city right now while you're trying to further your career?
Yes. Dallas, I love it.
All right, shout out to Dallas. So I want to ask you, what was the part of that decision making? What made you say, you know, I need to leave out of New Orleans for at least now to, you know, go further?
Because I expanded my team. So in 2020, I realized that I can't do it alone. I can't do it just with one entity. So I'm just really expanding my team. Like I'm with Watch My Smoke, and then I'm now being helped by. His name is Rick Frazier and Cheryl Banks. They used to manage Timbaland for like 20 years. Justin Timberlake, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they've done things on their records too. So they have me now too. So they were just like, okay, let's get you around a different vibe. Let's get you around these like great producers too, just to see what we can bring out of you. And we're working with KC too. Like KC, he's here. He's from Kansas City, but he's here in New Orleans.
Yeah, shout out KC.
That's my best friend, and like we've been working together for over 10 years. So he's like one of the head producers on my record, and you know, we have Paula's here, and then I have Grammy winners, Grammy nominated people that have #1 records out in Dallas. I can shout them out because I love them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Reezy, shout out to him and his team. Shout out to Jeremiah, King, everybody who's just working with me and making these beautiful, amazing records that we're making out there. It's been like the best few months of my life. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what's up. Very happy for you. I want to ask you, you know, like you say, you're working with so many people that's in the industry, that has a background in the industry and things like that, and you being from New Orleans and just being able to pick up on certain things. I want to know, what do you think is the perception of most industry people when they think of New Orleans, like as far as our
things that I've heard, or
yeah, like I want to get into the truths of, like, okay, not like yourself, but like, let's say another New Orleans artist comes around certain industry. Like, do people feel like New Orleans people come with a great work ethic, or they come with a certain style, or like what do you think they perceive it as?
Honestly, a lot of times that I speak to people, or sometimes, because I'm like a sponge, I will listen. Like, I probably wouldn't be involved in conversation, but I will listen to the way that people speak on certain things. I don't think that our market is taken seriously.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that they know that there's a lot of talented people here. But the people here, I feel like we have to do a better job at educating up-and-coming artists about things more than just using a mic. You know, so a lot of times executives speak is like the business knowledge, or the work ethic can be something different, or sometimes they pass us by because they think that all we can offer is bounce. And which is lit, you know, but then the world, you know, is not only going to understand one sound. And, you know, and then like New Orleans is known for jazz, brass, like, you know, blues, funk, so much more. But because the world is constantly seeing this bounce thing, a lot of people will be like, no, and not even try to come and look and see that we have so many talented people that do a bunch of genres here. So that's been the bulk of things that I've heard, is basically that we don't have that much education in knowledge in the business, the work ethic, or we have one sound.
Okay, I'm glad you was willing to speak on that. I just wanted to kind of get that out there. I kind of wanted to get it out there for other artists locally to understand that you have to take the business side just as important as performing and things like that. To switch up the pace a little bit, while speaking of performing, because you're such a total package of an artist, you know, you do writing, performing, recording, things like that. What is your favorite part of actually being an artist? Is it the writing process, or getting up in front of people and performing what you wrote? Okay, that's what's up.
I think the writing process, because it comes, now that's exciting, but it comes so easily because I'm being super honest now. Like in my music, I think before I was making things for people that I felt like, you know, they needed my music, or I want to do what they think, you know. But now I'm doing like whatever I feel. I've been through like a whole lot, but I've never sung like fully about it. So now the writing process is just like air, just like breathing. It's fun. But performing is just like, it's an adrenaline rush, and it gives you like that, oh God. And then when you get that love back from you breathing air, like, you know, and breathing your truth to people, that's insane. Like that connection is the best part about being an artist for me.
That's what's up. I want to ask you, you know, speaking of, we've been talking about the support and, you know, that you got the verified check on Instagram and just all that type of stuff, right?
That was so funny.
I got some more stuff that might make you laugh. I want to ask you, how does your male fans treat you? Like, there's times when you might put up some pictures that get a lot of attention, a lot of hard eyes and things like that. Do you feel like maybe some dudes are intimidated to talk to you or whatever?
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I don't know why. Like, I'm like really like and funny. I'm really funny. I think I am.
But
But they get creepy though.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you, like, so some of it is like, is there ever some moments where you like you've gone too far?
That's me. All my friends know I'm really scary. Like when people holler at me, I'm like, oh my God. no, please don't do it. I'm weird. But I don't know. I guess I have to be in like my little vibes, kind of like talk back. But nah, they go far. They go far. And
Man, I
be a
can
little
imagine.
creepy sometimes.
You want to share one of the craziest things that ever happened on social media for you?
Yes. We was having like girls' night with my sisters. And I decided, because I'm not a go live person, because I think that I'm really quiet, but I'm trying to get better at it.
Right.
But I went live, and I was like doing the whole join Denisia's live thing. So I clicked somebody, and he was like this butt naked and just doing like, you know, disgusting things. And my mom was on my live.
Oh no.
And so we all just freaked out at one time.
How many seconds you let it play though?
No, it was, no, don't do me. Don't do me. I was like, ah. I dropped the phone and everything because I'm scary like that. But that was really creepy. I'm like, really? You prepared yourself for that? That is just.
That's crazy.
Some guys go far. And I'm really like, I'm simple. I am. But I'm also like extra. So you got to find a happy medium. Not that creepy stuff.
That's crazy. So look, I'm trying to help the fellas out for a second. You know, outside of music, right? What's your favorite thing to do outside of music? Something that nobody would know about you.
That they wouldn't know.
Like a hobby or something that you just find fun when you're not, you know, in artist mode.
See, my fun. I love picnics. Like I really do. I don't know if it's like really corny or not, but I love like chilling like by the lake randomly, and I love watching movies a lot. And cooking, I'm starting to like really fall in love with cooking. So if a man can cook too, or at least help me in the kitchen, that'd be gangsta.
Well, there y'all go, fellas.
Yeah.
Learn to cook something.
Smell good.
Rent Sleepless in Seattle or something like that.
See, you get it. You get it. Like it's the simple things, like legit. And be handsome too. Yeah.
That's what's up. So look, I want to get into
I'm just saying. I like to look at it.
To the video you just dropped for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
What a difference a day makes.
Yeah.
And you say it was a real jazzy tempo. Can you talk a little bit about that? How did that song come about? What made you do that?
Kermit Ruffin. Hey, Kermit. He was like, Denisia, dye that hair. Stop wearing that color hair. Wear that black hair and sing these songs. And I'm like, okay, Dad. But he gave me like 4 records to like just learn. And I fell in love with Dinah Washington. I fell in love with the song, her character, the way she delivered it was like she was telling a story, but she was like sipping on wine too. It was just amazing. And I was like, Denisia, you gotta challenge yourself to like really try this, like to embody it, right? So I went to the studio. It's a certain way that I was stalking all like the videos of her. She holds her mouth when she sings. So in the studio I'm recording, I'm like holding my mouth like a certain way, enunciating things a certain way. And I did the song and I played it for Kermit and he was like, oh, that girl sounds so good. And I was like, that's me. And he was like, you a lie. And I'm like, no, that's really me. And he was like, girl, I'm gonna cry. And I was like, right. And I was most proudest record that I think I've ever done because it's something outside of my box. It's different and it challenged me. And it came out exactly like how I wanted it to come. So we had to shoot a visual and I directed it with Rich in Spirit, but I had to do it and I love it. I hope y'all seen it.
Yeah, it was a great video. You know, yes. I saw a couple of people there, my boy Mark Caesar.
Yes, that's been my brother since high school. Like, legit. Yeah. He was back there pretending really good.
Yeah, so I want you to let the people know what you're actually working on now. What can they expect from you for the rest of 2020?
We have a lot of secrets, so that's like the hard part.
Well, you have to come back then when you
I'm gonna have to give you some exclusive stuff like before it comes out. But I am working on my project. It's already sounding beautiful. Like it's different. It's some real R&B flavor, real swaggy. So play with me type records. I'm finally releasing my other side because I do have an attitude and I'm saucy, and I can rap a little bit. Nobody really kind of sort of knew that. Yeah, I think I released like 1 record, that Lil Wayne little remix.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, but I did it once and I was like, oh my God, I want to do it again. But people really loved it. So now we're implementing that into my new project. And it's just a lot of dope records. Got pop, got a little bit jazzy stuff, and I do have a bounce record. So it's going to be hot.
Well, that's what's up, man. We look forward to getting that new music from you. I appreciate you sitting down with us tonight.
Definitely.
On the eve of Mardi Gras.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait. I'm performing Lundi Gras, but Mardi Gras, I'm going here.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.